everybody, my name is Mathis, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys a little bit. So let me do that. Bink. That was me touching your base. I'm sorry if that was unwanted. But it has now officially been over a month since the changes on Mathis games have then taken place. And if you are new to the channel since those changes have taken place, let me kind of explain what I mean by that. A couple of months ago, the types of content I was putting up on the channel were 2 videos a day of completely raw, unedited footage, awkward silences, and episodes filled with no progress. I very much tried to put a time constraint on how long episodes were because I know anything beyond 20 minutes people usually drop off pretty early on. But what that ended up meaning, without doing any highlight editing or any of that stuff, was that there were episodes in series where I just didn't do anything, where it was all mundane, busy work, where the progress, like in the main game, wasn't being made. My commentary wasn't exactly the most exciting because I'm literally just doing kind of chores, and overall it was just not all that engaging a lot of the time. For me personally, that kind of content started getting very stale. I started getting very bored. It felt like I was just kind of doing it for the sake of doing it. And I think I've used this analogy before, but it felt very similar to sitting in this chair and just turning a crank and cranking out content without passion behind it. So I knew I needed things to change, and I went to my good friend and editor of Judge Mathis Games, Dean Cuddy, and asked him if he'd be interested in working on the Mathis Games channel as well. He graciously accepted, thank God, because I wouldn't be able to do it without him. And we refocused the channel a bit, where each episode is heavily edited and kind of focuses on progress being made in the game, as well as introducing Dean as a sort of co-host slash character on the Mathis Games channel. I really enjoy being able to kind of riff with him, or riff on him, or him riff on me. It adds a layer and a depth to the types of episodes that I do that I really enjoy, and I find it very, very fun. On top of that, I've been having a lot more fun doing this kind of thing. I don't have to restrict myself to recording just 20 to 30 minute episodes and being done. I can record for like 45 minutes to an hour, send all of that off to Dean, and he will, you know, with magic and a keen eye, cut out all the dead bits and make sure each episode is focused on, you know, the comedy, my personality, and progress in the game. Filler episodes don't really exist anymore in this particular type of content. What that does mean, however, is that I went down to 1 video a day instead of 2, which is obviously taking a hit on the channel as far as views are concerned. But on the bright side, audience retention and views per video have gone up. Audience retention went way up. People, you guys have been sticking around watching the videos pretty much through the whole thing for the most part. And the views per individual video have at least doubled. Before I was doing, you know, 1.5, maybe 2,000 views per video, and now we seem to be doing about 2,000 views to 4,000 or 5,000 views per video, depending on obviously what I'm putting up. So that kind of positive change shows me that what we decided to do is working, and it's great. As far as we can see, we're going to continue doing this here on the channel. I did say this was going to be kind of a test run, and it is, but it's going to be a multi-month test run and see where things are in another month or 2 before I fully decide this is permanently how things are going to be, or this was a fun experiment, but the net positives don't really weigh heavily enough in favor of this new content to leave the old content behind. What I will say, however, is that early signs point to this being a permanent change. Things have been great. I've been able to play other games that are not just survival games, and people watch them as eagerly as they would watch a survival game. There's just a lot of benefits that come with this particular style of video. So I guess I just want to say thank you guys for being so receptive to this particular change. I know there's a few people who didn't like it all that much, but obviously the people who like it outweigh those who don't. And those who don't, thank you for sticking around for as long as you did, and I wouldn't have been able to get here without you guys. So it's been awesome. So that's on my end. Dean, on the other hand, Dean, you're editing this shit. If you want to say something, you could say it right now. To Dean!
Thanks. Transitions. I just wanted to say it's been really fun to be working on this channel. Like, seriously, so much fun. It's been fun to fuck around with Mathis, make him look stupid, make him look funnier. It's been amazing to read you guys rip on Mathis in the comments because of the things I'm saying. It's been nice to read the criticism you guys have had of my stuff, you know, because this is a learning process, as Mathis has either said or will say, because I've Spoiler alert, I've watched the whole video before editing it. So yeah, it's just been really nice to almost be kind of a character on the channel as well. So thank you very much. I really appreciate all the support, and here's hoping that we get to do this for a long, long time. Thank you very much. See you guys.
Thanks, buddy. It's been wonderful to work with you, man, and it's been wonderful to really produce content that I'm very, very, very proud of. It's probably the best content that's been on the Mathis Games channel. I don't want to say ever, but it feels like ever. I love the stuff that we're doing here, and it's great, and it's really given me time to work on Judge Mathis as well. And that's another reason I ended up doing this as well. This hard change and putting a little bit of work on Dean's plate have freed up time for me to work on the other stuff that I have, like the Judge Mathis stuff, the Chilluminati podcast stuff, DMing for Roll4It, running Lost Initiative show, all that other stuff that I do. So thank you, seriously, it's been wonderful, and thank you, Dean, as well. So as far as I can tell, this is going to be going for a long time, but this is a touch base with you guys thing. So the last bit of the video, I simply want to ask you, how are you guys enjoying the content on the channel now? Is it something you love? Is it something you hate? Is it something you're indifferent about? You let me know in the comment section below, and I will read the comments. Obviously, you know, negative or criticism for the sake of it being negative is pointless, but if it's constructive and you're like, I like this or I don't like this, let me know, because this is still very new to us. Dean is, you know, this is kind of a new style of content for Dean to be editing. This is a new style of content for me to be making. So I want to hear thoughts down below, but I wanted to reach out and just let you guys know where I'm at, because I did tell you this was going to be a trial of sorts. And all I can say is I love where things are, and I'm very, very excited to see where things go in the future. It's a renewed life here on the Mathis Games channel, and I sincerely appreciate you giving me that opportunity. I've been at this, you know, for years now. It's been my profession for years now. Because of you, I've been able to do so many things. I travel all the time. You know, I have a successful podcast that has nothing to do with video games. You know, I play D&D on 2 separate shows, and I run a review channel for retro games and some newer stuff. So I'm living a dream. And, you know, it's very easy for me to sit back and think, wow, all my friends that also do this are so far ahead of me, and they do so much better than me. But at the end of the day, I'm still doing this as a living, and I'm still doing this because you guys watch. And I'm very, very lucky, and I'm very thankful, and I remind myself of that every single day. And when you make a big change like this, and you basically change the type of content you're making from the ground up, there's always that fear that this is going to kill the channel. But I truly believe that the way I was going before, with the unedited type of stuff, was a worse decision. I think that would have killed the channel even faster. So thank you. And I'm eager to read your comments in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you in a little bit.